Hey there, I'm Dovi Nadel. I attended Machane Stone for 14 years, both as a Chanich and a Tzevet member. Currently teach at SAR High School, run the American Chidon HaTanach, and the impact Machane has had on myself and my family is endless, and for that we are eternally grateful. Okay, let's learn some Torah together. Toranut. That is the call, the clarion call that anybody who has stepped foot in the Chadar Ochel at Machane Stone definitely have heard. That's the way that we summon our bunk that is assigned to be the waiters every single day to come to our table to bring us food. The call of Toranut. What is its meaning? What is the essence of this sticky idea to call everybody through the idea of Toranut? To get to that, then we have to back up for a second and talk about something that is crucial to the experience of Machane, but perhaps a little bit underrated and not talked about formally enough. And that is the very idea of shtick. Shtick. What is it? Why is it so important? So, the idea of shtick is interesting. If you go online, you take a look at what it means, it'll say, how do you define shtick? It's a gimmick. It's a routine. That doesn't really work. If you looked at its derivation, shtick literally in its original Yiddish or German means a piece of something, small idea. In 21st century parlance, as teenagers would potentially say it nowadays, shtick is a good bit, something small, defining, interesting. But what really is shtick? So I'd like to give two different approaches to why shtick is so important, and through that maybe come back to this original Toranut idea. So we're told back in Parshat Shemot that while the Jewish people are in doing their hard work for Paro, Moshe comes to them, says, hey, I'm going to take you out of Egypt, and they're not able to listen to Moshe, despite even the miracles that he's doing, because of Kotze Ruach ve'avodah kasha. They're so hard, they're so involved in their work during the time that they can't open their minds creatively to kind of see beyond, to see that redemption is lying just beyond the corner. They're on the brink of actually being able to leave. Mikotze ruach ve'avodah kasha, that hard work kind of closes off Bnei Israel's mind at that time, and they're not able to see beyond. I think the greatest image that perhaps we're used to throughout the entire Makot is that of Moshe outstretching his arm with a staff in his hand, kind of doing each of the Makot in a different way. Specifically, I think over Yam Suf is a time where we see that in its strongest form. What is the idea of Moshe stretching out his staff, the Yad HaChazaka of Hashem? In a certain way, an outstretched hand is not just about demonstrating power, but it's also about showing the ability to reach beyond, to kind of go beyond one's current limits, to break one's mold and see the miracles or the possibilities of where one can reach. In a deep way, I think that is partially what shtick is about. Shtick is about breaking one's mold, one's norm, and creatively being comfortable with reaching beyond what one is normally willing to do. That's one idea of what shtick is so important. At Machane, you come to a place where you're usually in a specific mold, and all of a sudden you're able to see who you are, to reach a little bit beyond your normal comfort zones. That's one idea of shtick. Number two, shtick, I think, also is very connected to a Jewish term, which is minhag, the idea of custom, the idea of certain things that your family does that just make it a little bit unique. You know, in my family, we jump over garbage cans. In my family, we create sticky videos that are referencing the Princess Bride throughout. In my family, in order to show our love for our leaders, we throw them in the lake. That's shtick. That's minhag. One of the ideas of custom, one of the things that makes custom a beautiful element of Yahadut is it's not just a nation of laws, but it's a nation that is comprised of specific flavors, specific shtick that have deep meaning to it that enhance and give a unique flavor to that which we do. Which brings us back to Toranut. If you think about the deep meaning of this small element of shtick, Toranut, the nusach, is actually the same nusach that we say when we call the Kohanim to the Duchan to do Birkat Kohanim. Kohanim, which is why some people will respond, Am Kidoshecha Ka'amor, even in the Chadar Ochel. Why is it that we call our Toranim, our camp-appointed waiters for the day, with the nusach of Birkat Kohanim, Toranut, Birkat Kohanim? I think what we're trying to do is create a very deep association with this small shtick. What we're trying to say is that in a certain way, each of us, our mechanchim, our kohanim, are part of a mamlechet kohanim v'goy kadosh. Each of us are supposed to be helping out in the avodah, which is helping Machaneh Stone work, which is why in a deep way, every single person at Machaneh Stone has to play a role. We don't have a specific waiters, but we have different bunks who are assigned to be the waiters every single day. Every person is a Toran. Every person is a Kohen, helping make the entire Machaneh function. It's a shtick. It's cute. But when you think deeply about it, that shtick is part of what gives Machaneh its unique flavor. Wishing everybody here a continued wonderful rest of the summer, meaningful rest of the summer, and a healthy one as well. Looking forward to seeing you back at Machaneh. Toranut.